to Pirate Adventures, where we last left off. Our dear pirates, failing to chase down their lost booty, decided to navigate towards their previous goal of the Sea Hag. Not the Sea Hag, sorry, the Whistle. Unfortunately, they thought it's probably best that we still try to pick up supplies, perhaps from that randomly transporting blacksmith. And lo and behold, by the dice gods, that blacksmith was en route, visiting Brimmi Blackwater. He was just off the coast of the island of Yew, known to be where the Hag's Bottle is. Now, after some discussion and some bartering about why Brimmi's there, a deal was put forward. He shall supply them with items and weapons, as well as giving indebted star metal items to a couple of the crew, if they go to the Sea Hag. I don't want to say lair, but lair, to attempt to retrieve a famous magical ship, which he believes is the Jolly Roger, the very one owned by the great legendary captain Roger Reginald. Now, I put it back to you, my dear pirates. I think you went back to the ship. The discussion was that you probably will go back and do this deal. But we will start from the ship. It is the evening. I believe you sailed, you came back. Oh no, sorry, it's the afternoon, around lunchtime probably, as you came back. You can discuss, RP, come up with any points that you might want to go forward with, or you can go straight back to Brimmi. What would you all like to do?
What did we decide our plan of action was last time?
So we know that
Rest.
yeah, we're going to rest first because I think we need a long rest, no matter what we do. Obviously, us four. The idea was that us four were going to go, plus we were going to bring 4 of the crew. Mostly the Kenshimans. So Elena and 3 of the people from Kenshima, we were going to take, because we basically needed fighting power more than anything else. But yeah, the idea was that we were going to take up the offer to go for the Hag's Bottle, but retrieve the ship. That was it. Yeah, we were trying to retrieve the ship.
So we're fighting the Hag.
Which most likely is going to end up with a fight with the Hag. I mean, I'd be... I don't know how we're going to do it without it, because it sounded like the Hag was in love with Roger Reginald.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. But
she's
basically
tied to the ship now because of that.
Basically, because she loved him, he didn't love her, so she got upset and then basically trapped him and his ship in a bottle, which is the Hag's Bottle. That's what it sounds like. So
and Dan knew him, right? You don't have any keepsakes or anything.
Oh yeah, I was part of his crew at that time.
So as a caveat, Brimmi believes the ship's in the swamp.
Yeah.
Right. Not in the
But
bottle.
he said to you, I believe if you got the ship's bottle, you could probably get it out of the swamp very easily.
Oh yeah, because it was like, how the hell are we going to move a ship?
So
If it's the actual ship, can locate object work on it. Though if she just has the bottle, it's moot.
If it's the ship that you're looking for, and Alarias knows the ship particularly well, he could use locate object to get its exact location. That is true. That is if it is in fact that ship.
I feel like if we bring crew members, they're just going to be cannon fodder.
That's why we're limiting it down to some of the more expertised. Because as you
we're
remember
just going to get all our good guys killed.
As you remember last time, we were very much chopped into liver.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's like, yeah, it's basically a small strike force, because
I just picturing them all getting toasted in one spell, you know.
Potentially, I mean, but this is where
that's what counter spells for. We've got we've got 2 we've got 2 castings from Elizora, and then you've got a million castings from Alarias.
Yeah, I've got 5 technically.
Yeah, if you want to.
Yeah.
We've got counter spells.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. It's good. We could bring
But I think again, like that's all a tactics thing, right? I mean, the idea is not to like bunch up. So if we surround and pincer in theory, you limit some. I mean, obviously they could just do like a big thunder wave type spell,
Yeah.
but you know, I mean, waves are always a good. But that's in a way like
maybe
we go
have
in
them hide in the bushes.
exactly.
And then
Yeah.
run in after.
Yeah.
We could bring what's his face for another counter spell probably.
Well, Temerin.
The arm guy. Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
Didn't we
part
said
of the plan already.
we decided against Temerin? I think for
I think Temerin decided against.
Yeah, he wasn't gonna get involved.
no. I think he was like pretty shook up from the whole Kenshima. Anyway.
He requested a break, please.
Yeah. And we don't really have any other spell casting people, really.
Nope.
Because what do you say? Tiberius is a thief. So, yeah, not necessarily magical. But yeah. Oh yeah, because Vaela already asked Elizora what she knew of the hag, and I think we got all the information from that. I don't think she knows anything else.
Bad news bears.
Yeah.
The only thing I have is that she was a legendary sea fury, but I don't know what to glean from that.
Oh, if only we had a monster expert, that would have been helpful.
And we
What
know
a
she
shame.
curses your loved ones, which is fine
Yeah.
because Tim doesn't have any left.
That's
Well,
Wow.
she
yeah.
she basically like if she traps you, she basically forces you to write letters of your torture to your loved ones,
I see.
which is gruesome.
That's not fun.
Return to sender for Tim.
Basically, in a sense.
I guess let's do it then.
We're gonna need to think of some kind of a strategy, as it were. We can't just go in, swords blazing, as it were. We're gonna need to be tactful of this. It would probably make sense if there's 8 of us going. Half of us go ahead to this swamp with the other.
Wait. We need to be kitted out first.
Obviously, that was a given. Like, we obviously go to get our items from Brimmi. I was talking more after we've done that, and we go ahead. Is how we're going to confront, said hag. Because let's face it, based on our track record so far, communications are likely to break down fairly quickly, which will ensue in a fight. It's just, you play with what you've got. So, we're going to have to figure out a best way to do that, because if we all just go with all 8 of us, chances are we're just going to get fireballed to death. Or whatever it is hags do. But I'm sure it's something very similar. So yeah, if half of us stay in the back, and half of us, or less, basically the idea was to have people hiding. Probably ranged fighters are probably better
Yeah.
hiding.
I can make them invisible.
That could also help. That would be very helpful, yes.
She can probably see invisibility. That's our character.
Oh, okay. Fair enough. That could help, yes, because my only concern is making all our sword wielders invisible in the woods. It would take them a while to get there. It's most likely a swampy area. They're going to go squelchy, not very stealthy whatsoever. Slight issues.
Yeah, if only there was a way to like steal the bottle by going invisible. But
Maybe there is. Maybe we can be smart.
It
yeah, if
depends.
there's a way to recon by using our animals.
Well, Elizora's
might
got
give us
what
away.
was his name? Rot.
I'm
And-
familiar,
Right?
yeah.
Yeah.
And you've got your quipper. I mean, I suppose that can change into something
I
that's
could turn
maybe
it into something else, yeah.
Yeah. those
She's
could.
probably gonna sniff out anything magic though.
Well, are they? Well, they're fey, I guess, aren't they? Right? They're fey
Yeah.
creatures. So possibly, quite possibly. I mean, if anything, that would at least inform us of her observational skills. Even that would give us useful information.
Yeah, that's true. Because if we're gonna try and reason with her first, she'll know we're coming. Though I don't know if that's part of the plan.
As I said, I don't think talking her through this is going to work out very well, no matter what we try to do. I mean, if
Certainly try.
if she's if she is has such a strong emotional attachment to Roger Reginald, I doubt she's going to give up anything to do with him. And this is just the boat as our for the boat. Because the bottle's got nothing to do with it, right? I can't remember if
Is the boat not in the bottle?
No, the boat's in the swamp.
No.
The bottle is the bottle is separate, I think.
But it's linked to the boat.
I don't think so.
The bottle's the artifact.
The bottle's something else entirely.
Yeah, so yeah, they're two very independent things. So
The bottle's the artifact that the hag uses to basically trap other shit in going around. So you can be like, no, that ship's mine now.
And there's no limit to what can go into the bottle, so the ship might still be in there, or might not be.
It's like a break in case in use, right? So you get it and then you break it to crack open again.
This is a
Is
one-time
how
deal.
it's been described.
Seems a bit weird for an artifact, one-time use, but there you go.
It's
a bit weird.
not one-time use. It's transitional properties.
Right. But yeah,
Elaborate.
Because if you look at it, how did the boat get from the bottle to the swamp in the first place?
Yeah, she must have some way to take things out of the bottle without breaking it.
mending, I guess. I don't know. Mending really does.
Can you
something like that.
mending on a magical item?
Okay, can I just OC here, just really quickly? This is a magical item. It does not have to follow the physical properties of the world.
Oh, no, no.
exact keys,
Oh,
guys.
oh yeah, no doubt, no doubt.
We're just trying to understand it.
I mean, yeah,
so
I mean,
we can
cool.
I mean,
just want to put that out
Yeah.
there before anyone gets
I
a
would-
head fuck.
I wouldn't.
right?
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if it just like smashes and then literally reforms again. You know, it's just But
to my thing is that there could be lots of other stuff in there. It might not just be that our ship's in this bottle.
well, yeah, I don't know. I don't know if it necessarily works as like a bag of holding though. I think it was like one thing at a time. I thought, but well, who knows? We'll find out when we get
Big
there.
thing becomes very small in a bottle. Anything on the big thing goes into the bottle. You break the bottle, everything in it goes
Yeah.
out.
So it is
Can
still.
you put multiple big things in the bottle though? Is the question.
So could you do like a boat
One
and then a
big
house and then?
One big thing per bottle.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then anything on the big thing, say, i.e. Pirates of the Caribbean, with the monkey on the boat, the monkey stays small on the boat.
Do
That's
we?
the properties.
Do it. What happened to Roger Reginald? Was he like killed?
Yeah.
Like, do people know that he exists and died and killed and everything?
He,
Or had he gone
was
missing?
He was around hundreds and hundreds of years ago, and his ship, as well as his fleet, kind of disbanded or went missing, which is not overly surprising on the seas. No one knows if he retired. No one knows if he died. No one knows.
So
what
he is.
happened
So
to
he
him,
is
much
technically.
like a lot of pirates
Yeah.
in history.
So he's technically MIA.
Technically, no one's gone
Could be
like,
in that
this is
bowl.
Roger
That's what I'm
Reginald's
thinking.
body.
Do we know
He's
if
human. Is he
or
human?
What? Yeah.
He was depicted as human. Yes.
Depicted as human.
Alarias.
What was
Yeah, yeah. I'd be saying all this.
Yeah.
All I know is
Alar-
that he
What are you
escaped
telling us
on
how
a
he's
longboat.
depicted?
Alarias knew him to be human, but there are a fair few races that look human but may
Mhm.
not entirely be.
I suppose, yeah, Vaela looks human, but technically Aasimar.
Yeah, but if it's hundreds, only a very select few races live for the thousands and thousands of hundreds of thousands.
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised, right? Again, we're talking artifact level power that it suspended
Artificially
time,
preserved.
you know, like, or it just like suspended animation while you're inside.
I think finding him in the bottle is it's a long shot.
It would explain why she's coveted it, right? If she did love him, and she trapped him inside it, there's no she would be keeping it, like, for all, you know, which again makes it harder to get rid of it. But who knows? And obviously the ultimate diss would be to separate him from his ship as well.
Shit.
But yeah,
Oh. Yeah, she's not going down without a fight. We can't. There's no way to get it off her without. killing
No.
her.
Maybe if we had a thief.
you mean Tiberius?
Uh,
Well, Tiberius is a thief. Like, that's his description. He's a thief.
a better thief.
A better thief.
I have you know, sir.
I don't think we have a better thief. I mean, actually, you know what? There is, but I wouldn't risk it. It's not worth it, and that's Tiff. because Tiff is
Yeah,
fast.
Yeah, we can't risk it.
Just-
But
I
I'm
just
not
wanna be
risking.
clear as well.
I'm not risking Tiff.
Tiberius is a scoundrel, not an incredible thief, but a scoundrel.
Scoundrel. I'm going to change my note then to scoundrel rather than thief.
Yeah, definitely, 100%.
But yeah, like Tiff obviously is like super fast, but it's not worth losing our cook over because that's just a fly swat. But we don't have anyone else that's really gonna.
If we,
Is it worth it though? Because
No.
just saying.
No, not for the
Artifacts.
food, man. You can't mess with food.
Yeah, there'll be
Don't
uproar.
fuck with the
No.
food.
It would be uproar, yeah.
yeah, can we put our heads together and do a roll of some kind to try and dig up some hag lore, maybe amongst the crew? Like,
Tell
I
you
don't know,
what,
maybe we can
hags.
challenge her to a riddles contest or something. We
I
fought
was
hags,
gonna
but
say-
not this level of hag, you know?
Elizora and Alarias have the most pirate knowledge and lore knowledge around this, so I'm going to ask both of you to do history checks for me, and we'll see what comes out.
Advantage?
No,
Oh.
individual
Well,
ones.
Oh, okay. Oh. 6.
History. 23.
23.
Didn't need it.
Elizora, hags are notoriously fickle. However, you can bargain with them, and they do tend to go on their bargains, but there is usually a price to pay. And while they're very clear on what that price is, it is never a nice price. However, it is still a price that could be paid. And you know as well as anybody, anything can be haggled. It just depends on how you chat.
Yeah, Elizora is basically against this hag from the start.
Oh yeah.
On principle. But
I think
yeah.
the next best step might be, potentially anyway, to get our items, see what the items do, because the items might give us
Yeah, and he said
something.
he had something to help us with the hag, didn't he?
Potentially, yeah. I think get all the pieces. So if we get our items, we'll see what we have, and then we can maybe formulate something from there.
What he said was he'll give you, so Alarias and Tim will get their
Yeah.
star metal items, they'll just get them. Then he'll give you 6 items.
Hag breakers.
Six items after that are purely beneficial items that he has already made that might help you with your current situation. He has not specified that they are hag-focused killers, simply that they are beneficial items for you, and he's trying to kit you out.
So I think it's worth getting those, because if they could provide an ability that could help us. Like, I don't know, if one of them gave us the spell Dimension Door or something, you know, that could be potentially useful. So it could be worth seeing what these items are, and then have that.
Yeah, and then we
populate.
can make a plan after that.
Yeah.
I mean, we're not getting anywhere anyway.
No. Right, we'll do that. We'll go with the 8 of us to Brimmi.
Okay. So you all get in your longboat. It's a very tight fit. Who are the 4 Kenshimans you're taking? I know Elena's one.
Yep, hang on, I've got it. I highlighted them because I knew I'd forget.
Oh.
Argyle,
Mhm.
Cormag, and Tixbo.
Okay. Well, as you leave, as you're about to leave, Barry runs up to Elena and says, "Before you go," and he sort of hums a tune in her ear,
Oh.
and there's like a weird flick of air around her hair, and then it settles.
Riz.
So not what I was going for, but yes, basically. She gets on the boat. Argyle says, "This sounds like a real kind of strange situation we're going into. You guys want to give us any extra like tips, hints?"
Keep your head down. Try not to get it blown off.
Well, fuck. All right, that sounds good. Okay. So, as you sail back towards rowing your boat towards Brimmi, he's still there, working hard. It's like he was in the exact same position you left him in. So as you get to the rock, ascend the stairs, he's there, hammering away at something. Oh, hey, hello everybody. Hey, it's been a minute, hasn't it? That's great. Actually, that's perfect timing. And he's looking through the group of you. Hey, you, and he points to you, Alarias, and you, Tim.
Mm.
Come here, you first. Right,
Let's assume
okay.
that's you, Alarias.
Oh, he points to you, Tim, as well,
Okay.
and Alarias.
Yeah,
He means both.
I
of
was
you
just
to
saying,
them.
Dan, go first.
Yep. What you got for us, Brimmi?
Right, so I was thinking about what we were talking about, and I'm of the mind that, well, you've got a lot of firepower, but you're not very strong. I think that's agreed. Not really insulting you, I'm just stating facts. So, here's my plan. This, and he takes out this almost white silver pauldron, and it's almost like flecked with little glints, kind of like quartz or marble in it. And he sort of brings it over, and it's in the sort of like plate-styled pauldron, but there's a plate underneath, and they seem to like they're not quite touching, and they seem to like reverberate off each other a little bit. So there's a little bit of movement, but they're generally held in place. And he goes up to you, Alarias, and he just puts it on your shoulder and just like, that's right, got your measurements correct, fantastic. And he sort of straps it on you. And the first thing you realise is there's no weight to this pauldron in any way, shape, or form. And he says, "This is Dalcon. It's a magnet's push, right? So it's going to protect you better against most things. So you'll find things are going to struggle to hit you a little bit more. But on top of that, it will repulse things that you fight back with magic of some kind. I've made sure that it kind of does a little bit extra for you, but these things, the great thing about Star Metal, and he's sort of looking at you, Tim, as well, these things that I'm giving you, the way you use them, the way they get used, they will develop, they'll improve. They're not just pieces of metal, they train, they're intrinsically linked to your soul. And this is the final piece, wearing it now. You cannot take this off and give it away. It will find you again. You'll think you lose it. It won't be lost. You'll find it somewhere on your person. It is directly linked to you. Other caveat to that, just to put this out there. You die, it goes. Right? It's gone. Specific to you. That's what I
Immediately
did.
upon death.
I mean, if you come back, who knows? Maybe it knows you're back.
Interesting.
But it will find itself in limbo if you go. And I also, I'm putting this as part of the 6 items I was going to give the rest of you, because I didn't feel like the pauldron was quite enough. And he brings out this like similar material, a really lovely runic patterned bookmark. And he says, "Now put this in your spell book. It'll allow you to go invisible once a day. But the other thing it'll do is it'll allow you in your spell book to write in an invisible ink only you can see. So, you don't need a pen, you don't need any gold, you can write down whatever spells you like, and you'll be able to see them, and if anyone tries to read your spellbook, they can't.
That's pretty cool.
What happens when he dies?
The same fucking thing. Are you not listening?
Link to my soul.
Vultures, the lot of them.
Shit.
Link to my soul. Everyone
Right.
wants peace.
Lars has basically just got a teenage girl's secret diary.
Now,
I write
Tim,
whatever I want about you
Exactly,
guys.
yeah.
You never know.
Tim, I can see that your family and the skull you wear on your belt is very important to you. I think I'm right in saying that. So I give you this. And he brings out what looks like a conch, but completely made of this same metallic material, glinting with quartz-like flecks. And he hands it to you, and he says, "This is Cragmite, voice of your ancestors. You blow the conch once per day, and you can call on your ancestors for either wisdom or fury.
Ooh.
And just like I
Im-
was saying before, depending on what you use, it will develop and improve that thing. The more you use it.
Tim
Okay?
resists the urge to blow it immediately.
No.
Blow it in
Once-
Hag's face instead.
Once per day. Right? Now, for the rest of you. Now, you've bought a total of 8 of you, but I only said about 6 items, and I'm sticking to that.
No, that's fine. We assumed that Alarias and Tim would get their star metal items, and that would be their items, and then the rest of us 6 would get those 6 items.
That's what
Oh.
you said.
I said I would make them the star metal items, and then I'd make 6.
Yeah, that's right. So
You
they
said it
get
was
those
in
2
addition.
in addition. So 8 things in total: 2 star metals, 6.
Alright,
others.
I get what you're saying. Fine. Point is, I have been thinking about it and remembered what you brought last time. So, you, Captain, thought this would handle very nicely for you. And he brings out a rapier, and it is a very slim-lined rapier to the point where it looks like you can't even see the actual blade, apart from maybe one angle. It is ruby jewel encrusted, and the hilt around it, the complete sort of cover, is intrinsically designed with this silver and gold lace as it comes down to the base, in the shape of a shield, is the general outline. This is a defender rapier. You can look that up on Beyond, that's just a generic item.
Mhm.
That'll do you a great bit of help when you're trying to defend yourself. I can see you like to use a couple of weapons, means you don't have a shield, might be helpful.
Thank you very much. This will be helpful.
You, witch. Thought you'd like this. I have a couple other things you might want to check instead, but I thought you might like this. Brings out
What
a
are you
staff.
talking to?
I'm talking to you.
I didn't hear you talking to me.
Come now. You're a warlock. You're a witch. Right. Anyway,
That's not the same thing, and I find it highly offensive you would even consider it. So,
right. Well, I find it highly offensive that you think I would go back on a deal. Now, brings up the staff. It's a shortish staff with a bluish crystal in the center of it, and it turns into an oval at the top. This is a hither thither staff. I think you might like it. Allows you to get around pretty quickly, and I feel like it's probably going to be quite useful against, everything going on over there. Kind of just gives you a little relay of everything it does. Now, the other couple ones I already prepared because I knew a couple of you were coming, and I was thinking about what would be quite helpful against some kind of, hag. well, she terrifies me more than most. So I've got a Wand of the War Mage. Basically, quite a powerful item. Actually came off a wizard from a long time ago. Good fella. Really, really wanted this other thing I had though, so I had to kind of do a trade. It seems pretty good what it does, but it's not one of Brimmi's. I've got a Crystal Ball of True Seeing. That's from good old Tasha. She is a witch, and trust me, it's not an insult to be called a witch if you know her. She's more powerful than I've ever met. Alright, where are we at? So that's Alarias done, Tim done, and right, 4 items. Okay, 2 more. So I leave it up to you. 2 more items. I can either give you something a little bit more protective, or I can give you something a little bit more fighty. What do you want? I can see you've seemed to brought fighters, not wizards, so I'm assuming you want some kind of melee weapon, or maybe something that can protect yourselves in some way.
Something that will defend us maybe against magic. Could be helpful. Well, probably 2 and 2. Right, we got 4 more left, correct?
2.
2 more left.
2 more left.
2 more left. Maybe one that will defend against magic, and another one to maybe add some extra bite to their strikes.
How about something that will protect all of you from magic?
That could also work.
Now, I have to admit, this is not kind of the best thing, being that you have a few casters amongst you, but it will help in a little sense. I have goes into his sort of bag of stuff. You see the bag is like yay big, dips his head in, completely disappears. Hold on, give me a moment. Legs kicking up like this. And he then comes out and brings over this like ceramic kind of curved vase, and it's really small. It's like a tiny little, it's more like a cup almost, but it's this really ornate shape, and it's twisted, and there's some like Japanese almost painting on top of it, but there's these constant shapes amongst it, these circles and spirals. Now in here is trapped an anti-magic field. And smash this down, you get to an anti-magic field for, the duration of however long that spell lasts. It's a one-time use, but feels like it'll be pretty helpful in this scenario.
Should we get 2 of those?
I don't know.
I've only got the one right now.
Yeah. I'd say, yeah.
Worth a try.
If the melee fighters go in with that, smash it around the hag.
Well,
That's range spell.
it could also be useful as like either a getaway, or if she traps us or something like that. Could be a useful, like, I don't know. Imagine she force cages us or something. It could be quite a handy thing. I think that's basically our sort of get out of jail free card.
Yeah.
I think for that one.
To just
and I've
disperse
got,
all magic.
Yeah.
Got 2 more things. So, a couple more things that might be useful, but you gotta pick one, okay? So you can either have this mask. Now, this mask, don't have a name for it yet. Not really sure what to call it. But this mask keeps you confident, stops you from being afraid. It also protects you from being charmed as well, so that might be useful. Could be helpful to you. And then you've also got what's that guy's? He's throwing daggers. Oh, I've got a few daggers. Hold on. Right. This dagger is a powerful weapon for its size. I know it looks small, but here's the kick. And he throws it, it hits an object, and then he brings his hand up and it appears back out of his sleeve. So, that guy over there might find this very useful. It's a +3 dagger.
Mm. But it reappears.
I think the mask.
Do you think the mask is more useful?
I think the mask is more useful in this case because it's almost a given that the hag's going to charm and frighten, right?
Very likely, yeah.
And especially if we're thinking like mind control kind of thing, maybe we put it on whoever we don't want helping her, or whoever we need to keep their head.
Who would that be, though? Because okay, right. So what we've got, I can't remember what Elizora got, but
Elizora,
She got
the
a
hither star from the movie.
Hither star from the movie.
okay.
He knows. Then there's a Wand of the War Mage.
Yeah, I got Wand of the War
Eight.
Mage, which is basically like plus however much, 1, 2, or 3. There's a 3.
Wand.
Oh,
It's a 3, yeah.
so it's basically +3 to spell attacks and saves. Crystal Ball of True Seeing, which as the name suggests, gives the person true seeing. Which I'm not sure is. Oh no, sorry, not true seeing. Scrying. You can cast scrying through it, which I'm not.
But the scrying will have true seeing, true sight.
Right. Oh yeah, you have true sight with the scry, which I guess could be quite helpful for scoping the place out if she's got like hidden all sorts.
That's more of a reconnaissance one, but I'm giving it to you anyway.
Yeah. The anti-magic field bomb. Well, I've just got an anti-magic field bomb, but that thing.
Cool.
And yeah, the mask or the dagger. But yeah, as you said, the mask is probably more helpful than the dagger. Who would get the mage star? I mean, I suppose a
I'm
lot.
just going to write up, by the way, the mechanics for Tim and Alarias to you guys.
I mean, the hither
Appreciate
of the staff, while cool, I don't think suits Elizora overall. Because I think the Wand of the War Mage ultimately is more functional, especially with its being +1 to spell attack, which is basically
3.
+3 bonus to.
Yeah,
exactly. The +3 bonus to Eldritch Blast, plus whatever else.
Yeah.
The
spell saves.
That's to attack and damage.
Yes. Is it attack and damage? I don't know if it's attack and damage.
It is.
Is
It
it?
is attack and damage.
It's the same as like a +2 weapon.
Right.
So it's a +2 to the roll, +2 to the damage. So
No. So it says you gain +3 bonus to spell attack rolls. In addition, you ignore half cover when making a spell attack. It doesn't add anything to the damage. So it doesn't add to the damage, but you're more likely to obviously hit. So I'm just looking at I'm looking at it now. But ignoring half cover could always be helpful. But yeah, spell attack
this is
rolls.
probably the only campaign that does actually enforce those.
Yeah.
As well.
Yeah. And without the mini Eldritch Blast you're throwing out, could be quite useful. Because I think Alarias is more the saves, right? Like Fireball and stuff, or yours more attack range.
Yeah.
Plus
I mean, I've got Fireball, but everything else is kind of a lot more saves.
yeah, so I think that, I mean, either way, the Wand of the War Mage makes more sense with Elizora. No matter how you slice that.
So hither stuff could.
What does that do? What does that do?
Just like a portal, right? Portal stuff.
Yeah, you get up to 4 portals. So let's just copy the link. You basically get 4 uses of like portal magic stuff. So you basically make 2 portals left and right.
Okay.
Distance between each other, and then you can move between them freely, or then you can move them as extra charges. And
That could be quite useful for one of the Kenshimans, Argyle.
like it's very utility based.
Yeah, but Argyle's like basically like a ninja-y type dude, like a ninja cowboy dude. So he's more, as the name sort of almost suggests, he's more agile, you know. So he could be a good one for being like in and out quite quickly. Like he could, in theory, while we're fighting the hag, get into her place, get stuff, and get out. In theory. So he might be a better one for that, potentially. The anti-fear mask might be good on Elena. I don't really want the three-clawed devil fighting us. And also, if she goes down, the other Kenshimans might get a little bit more demoralized, especially fighting against her. So I think having her not be charmed and frightened might be better. The anti-magic field bomb.
Is that one-time use as well?
It's a one-time use thing.
So if it's a bomb, does that mean it's going to be a dex to hit?
Well, no, it just explodes, right?
No, it's an area of effect.
Yeah, so
it explodes and then what she does it save?
It's like an EMP. I guess it's better phrase for it is EMP. It just
So it acts like the spell anti-magic field.
Yeah. But you just
So does that mean we need to put it on someone with good intelligence or whatever?
I don't know what the save.
There's no save.
There's no save, it just does it.
There's no save for anti-magic.
It's like silence,
when
right?
You're in,
It's like the silence.
When you're in the when you're in the zone, you can't.
It doesn't
any
matter.
Magic doesn't work.
Excellent.
Yeah.
But obviously it's a fixed location.
Get out. Yeah.
So maybe that's good to put on Argyle if he can sneak up on her because she's going to be focused on us, presumably.
He's also got a good throw.
I don't want to give him two things though. But yeah,
The
you know.
Hey man, you want to give me all the stuff? I'll take all the
staff
stuff.
is good on anyone, kinda. Because we can all use the portals, yeah?
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah, you can all use the portals.
In case one guy dies.
Tix, I mean, unless yeah, we could give it to Tix, I guess. Give Tix the portal stuff, I guess. Instead, halfling as well, so it's a little bit more, you know, in and out. You know. So yeah, we'll do that. We'll give Tix the portal staff. We'll give Argyle the anti-magic field bomb. We'll give Elena the mask, Elizora the wand of the war mage. Obviously, Vaela gets her thing. That only leaves the crystal ball of true seeing, which I mean anyone could do that, right? Like it's not.
Leave it on the ship.
I don't know what use that would
why
be.
Use it? Well, because it's likely that the hag a very large propensity for turning invisible, to escape their own impending doom. So having an ability to see through that invisibility is worthwhile.
Well, the only other person left then is Argyle. Cormag. But he's going to be kind of our up and front guy.
Yeah, but he wants you exactly. So you want him to be able to see.
But then you have to cast scrying,
It take
right?
time. Yeah.
It's taking him out of the fight
Scrying
to cast scrying.
How long does
So
scrying
he's a
take
fighter,
to
though.
cast?
He is a fighter, yeah.
So that's basically equivalent of like doing an action surge to cast it.
You can't cast though in action surge, can you?
There you go. It's an extra turn.
No, scrying casting time 10 minutes.
Yeah, I was expecting it was something like that.
I'm just going to put this forward. With the ball, I would make the scrying time. With the crystal ball, I would make it an action.
Right.
To cast the spell.
But we don't have to spread it out that like there's no point putting a magical item on someone who's just going to try and use it and die, right? I think one of us can carry the scrying
I
ball.
actually think Alarias might be the best person to have the scrying ball, just because he doesn't have to. We're obviously assuming that we pin it on her. We might not. We might actually pin it on the boat. And because you get buffs, the more familiar you are with the item, he would basically be able to guarantee find that boat wherever it's hidden, if it's invisible or whatever. Because that's again one of our goals, right? Is where is that boat?
Yeah, I'm into it.
Yeah, that's good use of it.
Although that's again going to be DM discretion, because technically scrying is for a creature. But you know, people think of boats as part of the family.
No, I'd not call the boat as part of the family. However, you know, maybe there's a creature on the boat that you scry for, or maybe there's a long dead creature, which
Don't
I
fuck
think
with us.
even if the creature's dead, does scries go on them?
It doesn't specify living, so as
If you're dead,
as
you're
long as it's on the same plane of an exit. Well, yeah, I suppose. Yeah, I don't know about.
I think
but yeah,
I think in my
Or it
eyes,
could be a microplane.
if you'd be dead, and on this, but your body was on the same plane, I would allow you to see the dead body for a scry spell.
Okay.
However, if your spirit was somewhat guarded by some kind of demonic devil, perhaps, then I wouldn't allow you to scry on the body.
Okay.
Not that I've thought about that.
What are you talking about?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, hang on, sorry. Okay, I didn't see this last sentence. Instead of targeting a creature, you can choose a location you have seen before as the target of the spell.
Yeah, I'd allow that for the ship.
Yeah. Okay. So I should really read the whole spell. I didn't expect text after the tables. It's just, but then yeah.
There's always more stuff.
Always more stuff. Sorry, yeah. Okay. So yeah, we'll give Alarias the orb, the crystal balls. Cormac doesn't get anything, but I'm sure he'll survive. So yeah, we'll do that. Give Alarias the orb.
Is that a one-time use? No.
No.
Okay, cool.
You might have to attune to it though, but I'm assuming you've got enough things.
Do we have to attune to the star metal armor?
No, it's
Okay,
just linked to you.
nice.
So it's auto-attuned to you. You don't have to attune to it.
Very cool.
It's the beauty of this thing.
Mm.
The other thing, so what I mean when I say like if it gets lost or thrown away or taken off you or something like that, it can never truly be lost. It will find its way back to you if it can. If you are dead, it will simply be in limbo wherever it ends up. But being the way that Brimmi travels different planes, you can kind of assume it might do some traveling wherever it needs to go, but it will end up back with you if it's not willingly given.
Cool. Alright, I think that's sorted, that one, which is good. Okay. Yeah, so I think the next, because we're not in necessarily time sensitive right now that we have the items, we can probably go back to the ship, long rest, because we're all going to need it. And then yeah, go for it.
Yeah, I think we surmised last time you've only got like 2 more sleeps before you're considered a long rest anyway, so
Yeah, we'll go do that.
Get used to our new animals.
Yes, yeah, because we've got to attune to them and everything, get used to what they are.
Those of us who can breathe underwater could go scouting because it's a swamp, right? Keep our heads down.
So there is a triangular like swamp on the island. You could, if you want to scout ahead, go scout.
I think that's quite dangerous going into their
I don't want to go on my own.
territory.
I mean,
Up.
Elizora can hold her breath.
I can cast water breathing.
Yeah, I just think that's maybe
You could all go
when,
scout.
maybe when we're actually there,
Go on.
that could be a good place for you maybe to hide. It's
Mhm.
actually under the water, potentially. But yeah, I wouldn't be going scouting there. At least not. That's what the animals are for, right? I think the best thing to do is to, I mean, maybe get the rest first, because I know our luck, right? We'll do it ahead of time and then we'll get into combat. Get the
Yeah.
long rest, send the animals out, and then let them scout, see what they find.
Well, Brimmi lets you take those and sort of says, right, well, get to it. Off you go.
Thank you, Brimmi. Hopefully we'll be back with good news.
Aye, so just to let you know, I'm probably going to be here. Looks back at the forge, looks back at his watch, looks back at the forge, looks back at his watch. Maybe about a week.
Well, if we're not back in a week, probably means we're dead.
Right, good to know. Well, shame, because those 2 pieces, like, 3 pieces I just made, pretty perfect, beautiful. Be nice if you could come back alive, at least you 2. The rest of you, I'm sure there's a way I can get my items back, so don't worry about it.
I will try not to, but okay. Thank you,
Good.
thank you, Brimmi. We'll be.
And that's not to say that, good luck. I'm sure you'll do fine. You're strapping adventurers, pirates, whatever you like to be called.
Well,
I'm gonna go back to my work now.
yes. We'll be going back to our ship and preparing ourselves.
Aye, of course. Carry on. And if you find, remember, you bring me back any of that hag, right?
Yes.
I can do a lot with her as some core materials.
I'm sure.
So
I'm sure we can try something.
definitely worth those items you got me.
Well, I have a feeling we're going to end. This will be ending in a fight, no matter what. So, yeah, we'll see what we can do.
Aye, take your time, but not too long, because I'll be gone. Right, oh fine.
Right.
I'd like to get back to my work now.
Fantastic. See you later, Brimmi. Right. I guess we go back to the ship and prepare. Yeah, right back to the ship. So yeah, obviously we're going to rest until, rest up until we get the long rest. And attune. I guess people would attune to whatever they can need to attune
Yep,
to.
you all have time to attune. I will request 2 d20 rolls.
God damn it.
Ooh, I'll do one.
Cool.
I'm not doing the other.
Well,
Got bad luck.
let's see the result of the first one.
Oh, okay,
Nat
okay.
20.
Oh,
Nat 20.
Hopefully that's a good nat 20.
Good for who, though?
We will die of
Combat
dysentery.
begins immediately.
Yeah, the hag finds you.
The hag finds the ship, destroys all of you.
Yeah.
No,
Puts
it
us
might be
in a
boon.
bottle.
As you got the nat 20, hold on. Tim.
Mm.
You wake to a surprising sight in your room.
Umbra breathing
the
heavily.
hag.
game.
Oh.
I was going to say, yeah.
Umbra
Drax
breathing
has his
heavily on
body
you.
on
No.
camera.
Tim.
You wake up to a form you somewhat recognize. A physical form, which you've never seen her be before. Her hair long, the softness of her childlike cheeks, draped in a natural robe almost. Hello, Tim.
Hello.
As Joylif stands before you, she kind of comes over, perches on your bed. Tim, I've come to check, are you all right?
It's been some time.
You have suffered greatly, and you bring so much joy, faith to people. I just ask, what do you need? Something has happened between your efforts and someone else. I can feel the crystal is with you.
Yes, the crystal is fine. He'll brandish the crystal.
This is how I can speak to you now. You have got a piece of me with you. And for that, I will always be here. Whenever you need me, simply speak into the crystal and ask.
May I speak candidly?
Of course.
Am I on the right path?
It is not a path that we take lightly. And the choice of what path is truly right is unbeknownst to most. I ask you, do you feel that you are on the right path? Are you hopeful that this path will get you to the places you need to be?
Yes, but my
doubt
faith
yourself.
that it will do the same for my friends has wavered of late.
She sort of puts her hands on yours, and you feel this. It is as if like a warmth is grasping your hands,
Mm-hmm.
like the warm breeze on the beach, like a gentle pressing of palm tree leaves against your hands. And she just whispers to you, Faith is not about making others believe what you believe. Faith is about belief in yourself. You do not need to worry. They are with you. They are equally under my eye because of it. And as I gain strength, as you gain strength, I shall gift as much as I can for this quest that you are on. You do righteous work in trying to save us all.
I will do what it takes to save as many as I can.
She smiles softly. I know you would, Tim. You are stout of heart, and you are strong of mind. But I ask you this, and I ask this of you deeply. Do not doubt yourself.
Oh, no, not myself, no. There was one small caveat, something that I've slowly become more aware of as I've matured into the the being you see before you. What are your thoughts on the undead, Joyliv?
They are of me. They bring fertility to the soil. They allow new things to grow. They are simply a rekindling of the life. They are no
Yes.
different to a plant or fungus or something that grows.
Yes.
A mushroom would feed on the dead plants around it, but it feeds the nutrients of the soil as well. An undead is simply an extension of something so similar.
My
It
thoughts
brings
exactly.
back those which are lost.
I feel silly for doubting it.
She puts a hand on your shoulder and she says, there is nothing wrong with missing the dead. Do not speak of them as undead. They are still dead. They are simply aiding the living.
But in some ways, they're better than they ever were before, free from the sins of the flesh.
She sort of takes a second to look out. They are not unlike you or I.
No, not
Part
at
of
all.
them still exists in there. But sins of the flesh is not something that they need worry about anymore. That is true, but there are no sins of the flesh. Simply being alive is something you can accept. Are there sins you worry about, Tim?
Well, it just feels like it'd be a little more convenient sometimes. If
I suppose, Tim, the question is it easier for you to have people that aid you that cannot argue, cannot have different points of view, cannot go against your wishes? Or is it better to have multiple points of view, multiple perspectives, and multiple ideas, with some argument involved?
you've given me much to meditate on.
Good. I am glad. Tim, there is no one more I would like to entrust to this task. Finding the artifacts, saving Blood from any further damage that could be done. I wish only to help you.
Just a tad more context. Would you have me destroy these artifacts or return them to you? There are many schools of thought on the matter, and
There is a power in these artifacts which I would not wish to touch.
but you're fine with me touching.
I'm fine with you carrying, Tim.
I see.
If you feel you should use them, I cannot control your choices. What
But
I
you
will
wouldn't
say,
recommend it.
I would not. There is something in them that is linked to... She stutters for a moment. She almost looks off into the distance. They are linked to a darker past. And they are bound to something unwilling. If you can destroy them, I would. But they are integral to the saving of this world. I am not strong enough to see the future or know which. But I am getting there. Give me time. Maybe I can give you more.
That is heartening to hear. I appreciate your kind words.
Do not worry, Tim. There are many more on your side than you know.
That said, I can't help but feel there's something you're not telling me. Perhaps in time, yes.
I will consult what I can consult at this stage. But perhaps with more time, more followers, more faith. And he's gone. And he's back.
Sorry, go on.
That's cool. Perhaps with more time and followers, and more faith, I will be strong enough to gain the knowledge that you seek.
Okay. Interesting. I don't know if you are.
Now, as you've pulled the crystal out of your pocket, she kind of, instead of just completely dissipating, she sort of begins to crumble down into petals of flowers, and they flow into the crystal and kind of shrink down into nothing.
He returns to the crystal. Interesting. Okay.
That's currently transient link to you. Speaking of which, with the crystal, you can now cast the spell Communion without using a spell slot.
Excellent.
Once a
Once
day.
per day or something.
Yeah, once a day.
Cool.
Very nice.
Who's going to roll that next d20 for me? There he goes.
14.
14.
Well, everyone else is cowards.
Hey man,
I
the,
can
la-
do two if
the,
you
I was
la-
a
the,
bit more
la-
interested
You're
after
a
what
coward,
seeing
man.
that.
the last time I rolled a dice, we got robbed by the circus.
Yeah, that's true.
So, you know, I don't think I should be rolling those dice for a while.
Just gotta fire them off like bullets, and then you got no concerns.
The waves pick up the next day. Nothing untoward, nothing that completely disturbs sleep or even rest. You can all hit the long rest button.
Sick.
But something about this day is tormented. There is a storm afoot, and the rain pours heavily against the ship. Today is the day.
Okay.
Do you board your longboat, or is there anything else you'd like to do?
I mean, throughout the course we would have talked a bit more about strategy, but I think yeah, we're just gonna have, I guess, you know, people lying in the wings, so probably the Kenshimans in the thicket, if there is one.
I think so. Any rangers need to be able to hide in a bush.
Yeah, I think Alarias is worth having, confronting the hag, talking to the hag.
Okay.
With Vaela, I guess.
Tim's gonna want to be there too.
Okay. I don't think.
Elizora.
Well, I don't know.
You
It's
might as well just be there.
Well,
It's just
I
like-
was just worried about Elizora because
You
Elizora
might
is
want
like.
to hide in a bush and pop out.
I would have thought Elizora is better off like hidden. Like I was thinking, like if someone is gonna hide in the swamp, like people who can breathe underwater, like Elizora and Tim, that's their best hiding place because they definitely say
Yeah,
like,
but there's no guarantee where you see the hag is where there's going to be water to breathe underwater for,
What?
and it's accessible.
well, true, but
It's
I
a
thought she
swamp.
I thought she was like I thought there was like she was where the triangle
I thought we were
is.
going into a swamp, right?
Yeah,
It's
she
just
lives.
all, but not all aspects of swamp is water. It's land
Yeah.
as well.
There's land and
A
swamp
bog.
as well.
True, but wasn't there like a
the-
triangle lake that I was assuming she
It's
was
a-
near the triangle lake.
So, on the island of You, there is a triangular swamp, and this swamp, very odd that it's a triangle for one. This is where Brimmi reckons the ship is in
Right.
this triangular swamp.
So the swamp
There
is
is
triangular.
a lot more
Okay.
of the island going out and around
Right,
into a
right.
shape. If I could run Foundry, I'd show you on the map.
No, that's
but I
fine.
can't.
No, I get it. I thought it was like a
Literally
triangle
anywhere on there.
lake within a swamp, but it's not. It's
No,
actually
no,
a triangle
no.
swamp.
It is a triangular swamp, which is why
Alright.
it's so curious.
Okay. Then yeah.
Sorry, do we not have Foundry for this week?
No.
Just because I'm not in my usual setup, so I can't link you guys to Foundry.
Yeah.
No, that's fine.
Got it.
All right,
Send it back.
then again, yeah. So I guess, yeah, us four confront, and with the other four hidden. Then
We can always jump into the swamp water if we
Okay,
have.
so-
if there is water near the wherever it is, then yeah, then you guys can go in. But just in case there isn't, then
So
I can give you water breathing for 24 hours. I'll cast it as a ritual before we go in.
I don't need to.
Oh yeah.
give it.
I
to,
can give everyone. I
yeah,
give it to everyone.
give it
So
to
the option
give it to everybody
is
that you
there.
can. If you
Option
have,
Yeah,
is to send Alarias alone, put her more at ease.
I just don't. I don't know. Is it
I
worth
think
sending?
that he's actually trying to strike a deal.
Work a difference.
Yeah.
just while you're discussing and thinking, I'm just going to say, so I'm going to try use my hands for a map. There's the triangular swamp. The island then curves up. There's a bit of a weird tail out shape up here. And it generally curves down and in, back together. There is a forest on either side of the swamp. But generally after that, it's grasslands with some beach, some cliff edges.
How big is the swamp?
I mean, odds are she's already seen us on our boat just chilling.
Most likely. Yeah. There's no doubt.
Is it
Shall I
that
get
big
the
of
whiteboard
a?
up, or is that hat on hat?
I would worry about it right now, being that hopefully next week I'll have my map up and it's 10
Okay,
to 10 anyway.
Loud and clear.
Yeah. I'm just thinking, is it worth Alarias going up there himself?
I mean, I've got Misty Step. I haven't really got any other ways to get out.
Yeah.
Counter spell, but
On
I
top
mean,
of
if
that,
you're
I'll
gonna
just
send
say,
send him alone. Send him with at least Elena, so at least because then she can't be corrupted or charmed.
Good point. Yeah, we'll do that. We'll send Alarias. Yeah, we'll send Alarias.
I've got advantage against being charmed, but I don't.
Even better then. Yeah, even better. So the two people that are less likely to be influenced, might be the best because Vaela's got no protection against that. So
Okay.
yeah. So Vaela will also hide with the Kenshimans.
so where are you guys hiding? You're
Well,
hiding in the forest, in the swamp?
oh, how
or-
big is the swamp though? Is it huge?
Yes.
So we're not going to know.
So,
if
well, so I guess the question is, do we send off Alarias and Elena on their own, and then does the six of us follow after them, or do we all go as an eighth?
Follow
And
at a
then-
safe
and then-
distance, right?
Well, yeah,
and then
follow
split
from
off.
follow enough from the safe distance. I think
Yeah,
again,
we're gonna be hiding behind trees
the,
and shit.
the animals will be good for this, right? The animals will be our, because we don't want to be in iron earshot, right? So but the animals, well, I suppose more Elizora's animal, I guess, because Elizora will be us with
Well,
us, will be the one that
Alarias'
tells
animal-
us. Yeah, but Alarias is there at the door, right? So that won't help. So, but if Elizora takes the animal with them, right, and listens through it, as soon as stuff goes south, we know immediately and then can rush.
And
in.
can we keep Dan's animal with us in case
But that
Matt
he,
gets killed?
but he wouldn't be able to communicate through
He
that
can't
way.
communicate with
If he was in trouble, he wouldn't be able to communicate back
Well,
through the.
within what's the range? 1,000 feet?
100.
It's 100.
It's 100 feet. My other
I
question
can
is, so are you
cast
guys
message.
planning on going directly to the hag rather than directly to the swamp?
Is it we? Or
Because
I
you
just
don't actually know where the hag is on the
Yeah.
island.
well, okay,
that's
that's true. I mean, yeah, the idea was to go to the swamp, and I was just under the assumption that the hag was in the swamp.
Yeah, I also agree that we're likely to meet the hag along the way, and that's my assumption is that we're going to meet the hag along the way to wherever we're going to go.
So because of
And-
where the swamp is positioned, it's directly on like the coastline of this island. Like it is swamp to ocean water, essentially. So if you
Delta.
wanted to go straight to the swamp from one side of the island, you can on your boat.
I wouldn't take our boat. Or is it in the longboat?
In the longboat.
Yeah.
Boat, not a ship, a boat.
Yeah.
I mean,
So
the
another the same thing.
the swamp is our destination, right? So I don't see why we wouldn't just beeline it there.
Yeah.
So yeah, obviously longboat to the swamp edge.
One other thing to think about is that hags don't often work alone, right?
No, yeah, we
Maybe we shouldn't
this is
assume that
the-
the first hag we see is the hag. It could be a hag.
well then
This is-
nothing.
It's the very big contention across all the many rumors. It's always been the wad hag. Well, obviously, no one's ever been
The
lived
solo
long
hag.
enough.
Yeah,
No one's ever lived long enough, or at least lived full
Yeah.
stop, out to tell the tale of the hag or many hags.
yeah.
But the stories have always ever been one hag,
One hag.
and
hmm
that's always the story we've ever been told. Because
Yeah.
it's not, because it's like it's not the way she's described is that she's not traditional hag. I guess.
Probably powerful enough without the coven.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But if no
Or-
one says
or-
anything other than
yeah.
him, she
or-
might have just
Or
told the
she's
narrative.
doing a Naruto like
Yeah.
frogs on the shoulders. She's got the
Or
she
that, I
she
suppose.
can do the coven within herself. You know, she's got something that lets
She's
her be
her
a coven.
own coven.
She's
dude.
her
Yeah,
own
that-
coven.
That sounds about right.
Furiously
honestly.
writes notes.
Yeah. You know, but who knows, right? Who knows? But yeah, as far as we're aware, there's one person. But who knows, right?
Yeah, you know,
No
yeah,
one's
my-
no one's
my-
lived
yeah,
long enough.
or just escaped. Yeah, my assumption is that we'll meet the hag quite quickly, and I would also recommend not to hide our presence here, because then that also means that if it has the aspect of if we were to be all sneaky, then she's more likely to be more aggressive against us. Whereas, like, if we turn up and we're like, "Hey, we haven't been trying to hide at all. Where are you?" And then she might be like, get more curious or more willing to talk before we then sharpen
good
our
point.
It
swords.
would probably then be better to move in two separate groups. Then, because then at least then you as long as you're one, if it's not one and then one sneaking, if it's just two general groups, that's again close enough. Again, an animal on either side.
Yeah,
The
they want
swamp is
each other's
probably her like
familiars to-
Yeah.
domain. She's
Yeah.
probably going to be aware of both groups anyway. So
True.
maybe if we're trying to not conceal our presence at all, we should all go together.
But then that's more suspicious, right? If you're just going as a group of 8, that seems a bit weird.
There's a lot of people.
Yeah.
But if you have two groups of
Yeah,
4 and you have Elizora and Alarias in two separate groups with each other's familiars swapping over,
Mm.
you're at least a bit of Attack on Titan situation where you can like signal the other person. So much
what you're
anime.
saying
Flag.
is
can
you
flag
want
to
to
the
split
hag,
the
others
party.
are
Is that what you're
searching.
saying?
We want to split the party.
Obviously, we
Not
want to
a
split the
massive
party.
To an
It's
extent, to
got
an
that.
extent, not a massive extent. Yeah, not
Within
massive.
have four groups of
Within
two.
100 feet of each
Yeah,
other.
yeah, not
Yeah,
that
yeah.
huge, but yeah, just enough that we can, yeah. So I guess the best way to split the group would be what? Vaela, Alarias, 2 Kenshimans, and then Elizora, Tim, and then the other 2. Right?
Yeah.
Right. So who's going to the swamp? If you're splitting the
We all
party,
are.
We're all going to the swamp.
We'll
We're
all
just
go
going
to the
that in
swamp.
as
Like
three
different
separate groups.
directions.
Yeah,
But
different. Yeah, so let me just-
we'll arrive at the swamp at the same point, and then we'll just split, and then like meet around at the top again.
Right.
We'll
Okay.
go like,
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. It's so the swamp itself is 90 foot at its greatest width. So if you're alongside the swamp with each other, then you'll always be about within 100 feet of each other. So that should work fine.
Yeah.
so we'll, like, just go around. We'll aim to be on the other side of the swamp and just walk around.
Did not shut that door.
So what we'll do, we'll say, Cormag and Argyle will go with Vader and Alarias. No, not Argyle. Cormag and Tixbo will go with Vaela and Alarias, and then Elena and Argyle will go with Tim and Elizora. We'll do it that way.
Sounds good.
So sort of even enough split of ability there.
Do you want me to make a hawk as well? My familiar. That's
I was
watching
going to
over
swap
their
Rock to
group.
be an owl, personally. Because then they don't provoke opportunity attacks when they move around.
Oh, they're more. Yeah.
Yeah, owls. Yeah, have each
More
other's
sneaky.
owls.
Cool. Yeah, yeah. It's got aerial view.
And we'll do it that way.
Okay.
Yeah, and then they said the idea is we'll dock and then just veer off in the search for, I don't know,
Yep,
So-
hag, whatever.
a
comes
hag or a ship.
Hag's hut.
I mean, the ship's probably, if there's like a large body of water that the ship could be in, yeah, because if Alarias casts water breathing on all of us, we could sort of dip our head in, I guess, to various
Yeah,
swamps.
yeah.
And
I would have
various
done that
bodies,
before we docked.
yeah, so various bodies of water to see if we can see the ship. Because again, I just think the ship's submerged somewhere. I don't think there's just going to be a ship on there. But yeah, just
So, as you're walking round, it is pouring with rain. You are sodden. Could I all get perception checks, please, for people searching for the ship?
Yeah, I wanted to take a look at the wildlife as well.
Roll me a nature check, Tim.
I'll do you both, yeah?
Mhm.
Or do you want me to do nature instead?
No, you can do both. You can do search for the ship and then
That's a
nature.
10 on nature
10 on
and
nature.
a 12 on perception.
Tim, it's deadly quiet for nature. Not really hearing much at all.
Not much at all, as in I don't see a single animal.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I got a 23 on perception.
23 on perception. Who else rolled perception?
Elizora's owl got a 21 with his
21.
And then Elizora herself got a 16.
Remember, Elizora's owl's with us.
Yeah, my question was with the owl and the hawk, are you on each other? Are
They're
they
both
on
owls.
shoulders?
They're
both
both owls. Sorry.
Sorry,
they're
both
owls.
owls, sorry. Both
Yeah.
owls. Are they on shoulders or are they flying?
Oh, probably flying because you want the aerial.
Yeah.
Be better for perception, but
And
Yeah,
what
so
did you...
my owl
Yeah.
got 19 and Alarias got 17.
Okay. There's no ship on any surface here. Can't see any masts. Can't see any sails. All you can see is a dank, dark, triangular swamp. As you're walking around it, the foliage of the trees around you are starting to get closer. You can see the wood is not overly dense. They're quite thinned out trees, and at the top of this triangular there's this rock. And the only reason it takes your interest at all is because this rock is huge and very unfamiliar with any of the natural occurrences you've seen so far. It looks like it's been put here.
Where was that? At the top, did you say?
At the top of this triangular swamp. The birds see it first. Could I get a wisdom saving throw for both the birds, please? The birds, this is specifically.
7.
11.
Oh boy,
Excellent.
those were not good rolls.
I mean,
How
they're
much?
only animals. Like
Yeah, no, I know. How much HP do they have?
Or just one.
Oh
One.
boy.
Oh, was it just one?
Yeah. Both gone.
oh, you
Both.
motherfucker.
How quickly?
Burst into feathers.
Disappears.
So after you've searched around and you've seen this rock, they just burst.
As if hit by something, or did they explode from the
They
inside?
exploded.
Seemed like
Just
they exploded.
exploded.
Is it like they're literally like they go fly and then burst the feathers. So
They
they
just
hit the
go-
zone.
Not like they hit anything, more just like they just combusted.
Is it
No
as they're
flame
getting,
or anything, just they fizzle out into their fey matter.
Fiend.
is it when they're close to the
Fiend.
rock or close to anything?
No.
That's just okay.
Could be an anti-magic something or other, or
It just seems like they just happened, right? They didn't collide with anything. They didn't.
they got sniped.
Yeah, literally, basically.
I mean, I'll message Elizora straight away to see if the timing is it exact or
Exact.
yeah, exact. Okay.
I think we should combine groups.
The motherfucker.
Well, they know she knows something. Knows we're here.
Hmm.
I think it would be worth at least edging our
Well,
cloak
we're,
groups.
we're heading towards. We're grouping together.
Yeah,
Again.
but I think we're going to meet at this rock. It sounds like.
Yeah.
We're going to meet at
Yeah.
head towards the rock.
Yeah, I'll message Elizora. So yeah, head towards the rock.
Yep. Well, it's gonna be a fun shitstorm. Just like I said.
Yeah.
So when you get to the rock, is anyone looking at it, investigating it,
Yeah, yeah,
touching it?
I won't touch it first. I will at least investigate it, see if there's any markings. Is it something that's been petrified? Yeah. Does it look like it's? I don't know. But I guess it would always look like it's going into the floor. But yeah, stuff
It's
like that.
not really. There's no inscription on it. There's no markings. It's just a rock.
Could it be
Can I
like?
get anyone to roll a religion check for me?
I'll do it. I'd also like to
Yeah.
smack the rock if this doesn't go my way.
Okay,
Okay.
roll the religion check first. then.
I'll roll religion as well. Why not? Makes
That's
sense.
a 3. Nope.
Ooh.
-1 somehow. That's an unnatural 1.
Oh, it's you.
Wow.
Okay. I got a 21. Rolled a 19. Ooh.
Right, so ignoring the cleric failing religion roll,
To be fair, again, Vaela came from a very religious background.
this is
so-
true.
Yeah, Tim did not. That's true.
Vaela, this looks like a gravestone, like an unmarked gravestone. A lot of things would do this. Usually, there would be some kind of inscription on it that someone's etched out to mark who was there and who the gravestone was for. But this one has been particularly left blank for whatever reason. But it very much looks like what most people do if someone dies on an island or somewhere where they're not known. They bury them and leave them a gravestone.
Wow. I do recognize this. Seems to be a tombstone of some kind. Unmarked. Which is always a bit strange. Why would someone be buried in a swamp? But it would suggest that whoever died here was buried here and no one knew who they were.
Hey, Alarias, 3 gold on that you wouldn't dispel magic on that gravestone.
I have a weird suspicion that it's Roger, but
Why don't you just use your, you could use your true seeing thing on it? I guess.
I'd still like to hit it.
Why? Never, don't. Why would you hit someone's gravestone, Tim? That's just disrespectful.
You never know what kind of magic tricks are
Well,
up in this place.
we've got magic people for this.
Fine.
If they find nothing, then sure, you can smack it. But for now, last thing we need is that you smack it and it's a trap and everything explodes.
I think it's just safe to dispel magic straight up. I'm gonna cast a spell magic.
What level?
3rd.
Cool.
I'll press the button.
It wasn't
Anything happen?
displaying any magical effects, seemingly, so
Okay. Safe
not
to be
not
sure.
that your dispel magic didn't work on something. Purely, there was no visual to any magical effects, but there is definitely no magical effects now if there was one.
Tim, you're you know,
Hey, Hag!
great.
How's it going out there?
Okay.
I can remove the curse. I don't think he's cursed though, is he?
Can you roll a wisdom saving throw for me, Elizora?
Cool.
I was going to say, Tim, you're very gravely inclined. Is there anything you can glean from this grave?
15.
What would I roll for that? Hopefully not religion.
Actually, Tim, I'm gonna just put this out to you. You can use your eyes of the grave to see if there's anything afoot.
Sorry. Yes, I will do so.
Just figured, you know, grave domain cleric. We have a grave.
Yeah. What does Eyes of the Grave do?
It is when you
So
see.
your eyes of the grave is for like seeing undead specifically, but I like to tweak
Know the
it every
location
now
of
and
any undead within 60 feet that isn't behind total cover. Thank you. Appreciate it. I'll use it.
You're welcome. You can't sense any undead, but there is a soul.
Okay, can I reach out to it?
The soul's behind you in the swamp,
How far?
deep.
Deep. Well, I mean, we've got a bearing. I'll let the guys know.
You do. Elizora, you hear a voice in your head.
Hello, dearie. I've been waiting a while for you. Come now, we don't need to be coy. Why you here? Tell me everything. You could come by for a cup of tea.
Sure thing. Where are you hiding?
I'm not
Where are you hanging
hiding.
out?
My home is just west of where you are.
Where's the body? Sorry, the
Correction,
soul.
north of where you are. You come by with your little friends and you can have a cup of tea. But don't worry, I won't tell them everything about you.
Is the soul in the same direction as the
No,
hovel? No.
no, the soul is behind you in the swamp. North is to your left as you're facing the stone. So the swamp is on the west side of the island. North is going up towards the top of the island. Bit more forest there, and then it thins out.
Come on, dearie, come and play.
I'm not hiding. Come on, guys. We found the hag. She's this away.
I found a soul also.
Oh.
Well, I was also thinking, you know, you've got your scrying orb thing, right, Alarias? If we actually headed to the center of this swamp and you used it, would it not? It could potentially find our ship. Cast the widest net, as it were.
Yeah, I could give it a shot if we want to use it before seeing the hag.
Well, I mean, you can use it as many times as you want, I think.
There's no limit.
So, if we go to the center, you can use it to find your ship. And then, you know...
Doesn't
if
need to be in the center for that.
Well, it's just because it's a radius, right, in the
It's
swamp.
range. Yeah.
So if you go from the center, you'll cover the most of the swamp, just
You're
mathematically.
scrying, so that's not how your sensor goes to the thing you're scrying.
But is it? I thought it goes to a specific.
I think you might be thinking of locate object again.
I could be. I could be. Yeah.
Yeah, I think scrying's just anyway.
Yeah. Sorry,
I'd
it
like
is.
to go
Yeah.
find this soul, but I don't know if I can do anything with it beyond roleplay. But it could be valuable
Mm,
if it's Gold Roger's soul, which I assume it is.
could be. Yeah. Shall we scry for the ship? Because it could be where the soul is as well, potentially.
As the rain's hammering down, there is a fog that begins to reach and roll over the beach and the island, making vision a little bit more difficult, but it leaves you a lovely path north.
Well, I guess that was decided for us then, wasn't it?
We could have dispelled the fog last time, and we didn't, and we paid for it severely.
You make it sound like it's a choice that's worth fighting against. Come on. We knew it was inevitable. Let's just carry on.
Which is already in your head, Elizora, you hear again.
I'm just showing you the way, dearie. If you need to figure anything out just there, I'm happy to wait. Got plenty of time.
Well, we could look at the soul first, right?
Well, it's all heavy. It's dense fog now, isn't it? We wouldn't be able to find it even if we tried.
Can I not sense it?
You can still look. Eyes of the Grave can still see it.
Mm.
And on top of that, you can still like go through the fog. It's a bit difficult.
Elizora is like edging her way north anyway. Come on,
Well, in all
guys.
honesty, I think that's probably the best place
Mhm.
to end. Do you walk up to face the hag, or do you investigate the soul further? What dark powers does she have on this island of hers, and how prepared are you really?
More or less,
Let's
she has
find
a
out
ball
next
of them.
time on Pirate Adventures.